Hi, I'm Rob from Hopzine. Thanks for joining me live on YouTube for another of those double beer reviews. So I'm doing this live. Thanks to everybody who's watched this live. Thanks for everyone who watches this after the fact. So we've got two red IPAs. I'm getting better at this, I think. Kind of. We'll do the kind of internet thing afterwards. I'll do I've got a bit of history on the style, and also got a bit of information on taps. These two particular beers. But the beers in question are red IPA from Lakes Brew Co. in Kendal, up in the Lake District, and this is 5.6% ABV. There you go. I can see better on there than in real life. 5.6, and then the next up after that is Elusive in collaboration with Brew York, and the guys from Hopinions podcast. Now, no more. They're both alive. The podcast isn't. Steve and Martin went and brewed this. So you've got Steve in kind of owl form on the cover. I mean the label. Imperial Red IPA, 8.5. So I'm absolutely spitting feathers. So let's get bloody beer in his glass and see what we've got. Feels like a long day today. I need a beer. So, red IPA. It's not one you get very often. That's why I'm doing this little live, doing this little double review. I mean, it's a bit of a forgotten style in a lot of ways. And I thought, I'm all for shining a light on it. I mean, and then there's a few more of them knocking around than there used to be, so I'm all in favour of that. Anyway, let's do the beer review thing, because I want to bloody drink some of this beer. So, beer in the glass. It's a lovely looking beer. It's a good dark amber. It is reddish. It's like a kind of a fallen autumnal leaf. The head, it's a very dappled, kind of beige head. It smells great. Swirl and sniff. Let's check out the aroma. Clarity-wise, I'm going to go haze for days, but it's dark and it's hard to say. Anyway, swirl and sniff. Check out the aroma. That's nice. Obviously, it's the word red. It throws up a load of things into your mind. Yeah, I'm getting kind of bootlace, licorice, autumnal leaves as well. Gives a bit of that. Red apple skins. Hint of peach. Rye bread. There's a lot of crystal malt in this, so you're going to get a lot of those things. Kind of hint of caramel, kind of like true caramel. Do you know, like kind of like just sugar in the pan, getting it all hot, melted sugar. It smells good though. Yeah, smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. Maybe we'll come back to that later. But I don't want to slurp some bloody red ale. And that's one thing that when I do add a little bit, I'm not going to give you that backstory because that'd be silly. I'm going to talk about red IPA. This is bloody delicious. Oh, this is really good. I mean, if you like an old school West Coaster, go for this. So this really delivers a good whack of bitterness. It's delicious. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. No, not really. Once again, there's this thing. I've got a memory of being a kid, and you get these things called a sherbet fountain, which was a small. It sounds like I'm from the fucking 1930s or something that does this, but it's like a cylinder, paper cylinder. I'm going to get banned just for that mime. Paper cylinder with sherbet in it and a stick of licorice. The licorice bit was fucking disgraceful, but I loved the sherbet bit. But you got a residual flavour of licorice in the sherbet, and it tastes a bit like that. Definitely a rye toast going on. Yeah, red apple skin, peppery note. Hint of ginger, slightly red. There's like a red currant note to it. There's definitely quite a pronounced hop note, and that's what I'm also bloody loving. I'll tell you. Yeah, this takes me back, does this? Wait, I will respond to some. This is just like a beer review, come on, but I've noticed that my mate Greg, Bowman's beer review, has popped in, and as he is a local, he says, I'll be at the brewery tomorrow. Good on you, Greg. I'm a big fan, but I know they're one of his nearby brewers and a favourite of his. They've probably not got this on, it's been out for a while, but it is delicious. Have a fantastic time over at the brewery. Yeah, that kind of autumnal, it's kind of a hedgerowy, there's a tang, and that's coming from this crystal malts, which is synonymous with British brewing, I'd say, like a crystal malt. And this definitely has that in spades. But it takes me back, as I will get onto in a minute, when I give you a bit of spiel about the style. I might chop it up a bit. So I've got a few bits, and they're all quite different. Ends kind of pepper, drying but full, not roasted, kind of toasted. Itching my foot, scratching my foot. Toasted, kind of crystal malts. It's lovely. It's absolutely delicious. I mean, it takes me back to those beers, like absolutely arrogant bastard, which I'm thinking might be a bit of that going on in this. I'm curious how that will pan out. But most certainly, the Stone Levitation takes me back to that. I used to bloody love that beer, and that was an amber ale. Well, on that note, let's have a look. I'll do a little bit of one of the little bits of spiel on it, and then I'm gonna go for Untapped, as I do. I'm trying to develop a certain format. I've done two of these 2 weeks on track, which is pretty impressive for me. Even though it's hot and I'm really tired, I probably shouldn't have done this, but maybe I'm just forcing myself. Right then, let's have a little look at this. So, website. So, Grainfather homebrew supplier. The red IPA. There you go. A red IPA is a stronger, hoppier American amber ale. That's why I want to say this. I want to give that intro when I'm talking about beer from Stone. With a characteristic dry finish, absolutely medium light body. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the strong late hop character. Yes, absolutely. Red IPA differs from its American counterpart. Due to its addition of darker crystal malts. This offers a slighter, sweeter, more caramel. I'm not going caramelly. That's a silly thing. So dark fruit-based balance. Yeah, I think that's spot on, because I guess it can track its lineage back to the red ale, which is an Irish thing. A few more bits. So I'm just going to pop up a couple more comments. We're on the new IPA, the 10% cask. Oh, very nice, very nice. Cheers, big man. All right, Adam. I know my mate Adam loves a bloody red ale. He loves a red IPA. I was thinking about you on this one. Thoughts and books and administrations. Not really. If Phil McCracken, I'm not sure who you are, but it sounds like a made-up name by Harry Meadows, or might be Fingerwub as well. Richard told Finger Gormley. Oh yeah, it's not time or place to get into books, nothing. But okay, I acknowledge. Anyway. Let's have a bloody look at what they say about this particular beer from Lakes. The red IPA. Glad there's no offensive ads in the Clearly, I bought some trainers the other day. My computer's listening to me. So, red IPA from Lakes. I put 6. I've taken a beautiful red IPA. Actually, it doesn't say on the can, but my terrible eyesight, I just about kind of figured it out. So the hops are Citra, Simcoe, Amarillo, Mosaic, Cryo, and I think Citricrio. Yeah. So what they're saying about this? So it's got a 392. I mean, I guess it's one of those things. It's a divisive style in a way, isn't it? Because they're not all that popular. But I think this is beautiful. It's just it's got a beer drinker's flavour for me, and that is no bad thing. So what we got here? Just 4. I think it is about a 4. I mean, it's not a million miles off what I'd expect. That's not the right beer, I don't think. That's a different beer. Simon Widowfield drinking at fucking Wetherspoons. Red Willow, Lakes Collab, but it's red. No, come on, it's wrong beer. It's wrong beer. Stephen N. from Old Rainville. Leeds, tinned, excellent Swedish malt accented red IPA with a decent caramel base, fine bitter finish. Yeah, fair enough. 3 and a bit. We're getting a little bit tight there. Kevray 66 says a lovely aroma, a luscious deep red colour, bitter undertones, and a mouthful of delicious hops, but only a subtle linger. I don't know. I think it's got a bit of bite compared with a lot of beers these days. Overall, nice, easy drinking brew. Yeah, I'm slurping it down, mate. It's very nice. I bet it's kind of beer that Dave over at Craft Beer basically would fucking hate. It's bitter. I don't fit his perfect fucking view of the world. I'm joking, Dave. Love you really, mate. So yeah, I think some people are going a bit higher, but some people going a bit lower. That's hence it's ended up where it is. I think that's a fair review on the bar for people, the users of Untap.com. Not sponsored by them, but not a popular style. Well, Verdant, I've brewed. I think that's probably been and gone, Adam, and I'd love to have tried one. Yeah, it's not a popular style. You know it. It's because it's got a bit of crystal in it, hasn't it? I think it puts people off, doesn't it? And he goes, "Oh, I know, Stephen's known for the world." There you go, Stephen. That is delicious. That is flying down. Considering it's quite a malty lad, I like a malty lad. That's mine. Do you know the crispy boy? I'm gonna my version's a malty lad. Do you want a couple of malty lads? You know you fucking love it. Come on. Right. So next up, we've got Super Red. Imperial Red IPA 8.5. Similar ABV to Arrogant Bastard. That's what this guy's hoping for. Elusive down in Fitchamstead. Brewed in collaboration with Brew. You're the return leg of the Red IPA with these breweries. First one was Red Dancing, which is just straight up Red IPA. Also brewed in collaboration with Stephen Mine, formerly of the Hopinions podcast. So let's get this in a glass. Give it a bloody slurp. I'm licking old Dave's isms now. He's the young kind of popular one, isn't he? Trying to fucking glom onto him a bit. Just pop onto this. Well, it's relevant to the previous review. So Greg give it a 3.8, just checked, but that's good for me. Yeah, well, there you go. Greg is clearly a mean rater. I'm all for big ratings. If it's fucking lovely, give it a 5. Boom. Big 10 from me. Anyway, let's get this in the glass. So yes. Wow, this is really red. How strange. It's pouring so red. It looks like fucking Iron Brew. No, that's Iron Brew's orange, isn't it? But in the glass, as you'll see, much darker. But it definitely not as dark. No, I'd say that's darker. It feel like to me quite similar actually, but that has a different quality to the colour. It's an autumn sunset, isn't it? It's an autumn sunset in a glass. Once again, haze for days. I'd say upper end of haze for days on this one. Colour wise, I'm going to say slightly darker, but on that kind of dark amber colour. The head, once again, beige, not as dappled. I think that's going to become my most used term on these things. Well, what other style? I'm just going to muse for a second. I wonder what other styles I can do. I mean, there's a couple of wits knocking around at the moment. Let's get some fucking wit beer in. Who was it who done it? It was some quite cold brewery. And I was North, I think. And then I could get an O-Garden. I used to like a bit of wit beer in the back. I like a bit of white vice beer. Anyway, focus back on red ales this week. Wit beer's coming soon. Anyway, swirl sniff. Let's check out the aroma. I'm going to do the old table swirl. Like a fucking old school beer tuber. If you know, you know. Definitely sweeter. I'm getting kind of raspberry flavoured boiled sweets with a little jammy centre. You know, you're probably getting a tin. You've probably got a tin of them in your glove box, covered in like a bit of fine sugar. You probably got given them as a gift from a contractor. I got given some of them as a gift from a contractor. That's why I have that point of reference in my beer reviews. It's jammy. It's got a jammy lad going on. It's got another jammy lad. That's like, oh, everything's gonna be a lad from fucking rubbish, this, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, it's a jammy lad. Different, not as hoppy. Very much. I guess Americans would maybe go down Jolly Ranchers for our American friends. It's got a bit of that. So you can get like a strawberry and something cordial as well. It's got a bit of that going on. Just on that point, we've got a few bits in there. Picked up. Adam said picked up river beers today. Cool. And black IPA review. Good call, Adam. I'll bloody love a black IPA, you know, mate. And we have ball sweets and there you go, mate. There you go. Backing up my pint. Thank you. That's why we're friends. But yeah, I'm not waxing lyrical, to quote Steve, who's on the can, as much about this one. It's that ball sweet jammy thing. Maybe I feel like I should be dragging more out of this, but because it's a different, but nearly fucking glassed myself. Anyway, let's dive in. I'm going off. Cheers. Let's drink some bloody red Imperial red IPA. I'll scratch your back, itchy back. Okay. Starts off kind of sweet. It's like there's a vague boiled sweet in the distance. It's on the dashboard. I can't quite reach it. It's got stuck on it in an air vent. But the back end, it's a beer of two halves. Back end, definitely closer to that. It's that peppery rye, and it really ramps up, dries out, gets fucking bigger and thicker. It's not smoky, but it's kind of it's more of like a burning. I mean, in the past I've used mesquite for barbecuing. It's got a slight mesquite smoke, which is a hardwood. It's mad, I don't know. Use it for beef, and it's more of that kind of hint edging towards cherry. Once again, quite peppery. It doesn't seem 8.5. Doesn't have a heft of body, and it doesn't have a whack of hops. So it's kind of stepped off a little bit. It's not it hasn't got like bags of presents in that sense. I think the previous one had a lot more personality than this does. As I said, maybe I'm appearing a little bit harsh. The aftertaste is nice. That kind of like raspberry cordial. bootleg, kind of like red, long string, sweety things. It's got a bit of that. Definitely a bit of burnt toast. I mean, it's pleasant. It's danger beer because it's mega easy to drink, but lacks the. I guess maybe it lacks a little bit of finesse that I found. I love Elusive. I really like Andy. He's such a lovely man. Everybody says that, don't they? But I mean, Andy is a good dude. Not saying he's the nicest man in beer. Just to be provocative. Maybe I'm the nicest man in beer. Okay, no, I'm not. Right, shit house. I'm not. But the Lakes one pips it for me. Drinkability is better. Delivers a bit more bite. Excuse me. Good carbonation. Actually, carbonation's maybe slightly lower. Elusive do a good amount of casts, so maybe all in all, would that be fair to say? I think Elusive do have. It's got a bit of alcohol on the burn. Maybe it would be fair to say that they're a bit carbonation can be a bit lower, slightly cask-like, and it's not saying it's flabby or baggy or anything like that. It's just lower carb. I personally preferred the Lakes one. Right then, so let's have a little bit more spiel about the style. I'm going to go well nerdy on one of them. Present, share screen. So, a little bit of a. Shall we get deep dive first? Oh no, let's go on this one because I used this website last time. Good website from the alcoholprofessor.com. Get to know red IPA, brown IPA with M. Salter. Another stories of IPA of many colours, red and brown IPAs, and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to skip through for that. There's a bit of a spiel there. First, the red IPA, which is something not made much anymore, as crystal and caramel malts have fallen out of favour. Yeah, I think that's probably quite fair. There is also research to show that crystal malts oxidize more. All right. One for the brewers out there. So other than malts which will add sweetness and shoebox flavours. What's shoebox flavour? That's really interesting. I like that. It's got a certain poetry to it, hasn't it? To be a quicker. Oh, it's bloody cardboard. It's oxidization. Yeah, okay. I like the use of the word though. Nice. There is no info about where the style came to, how the style came to be, but it is evolution of the amber ale. Yeah, hopped up to IPA strength. The parts of the 2010 wanted such beers. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. 2010, I were all over shit like this. Founders, Red's Rye, Bear Republics, Hot Rod Rye, and Red Rocket and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, oof. But I'd say the Lakes is fucking up there with that. Imperial Reds or Double Reds. How convenient it's got this in here. Can also be crossed into catch-up American Strong Ale category. Yes, Arrogant Bastard, I'd say, is very much the archetypal American Strong Ale category, and we'll get to the style in the future. Like the red IPA being a hoppy version of Amber Ale. Oh, we did that last week, didn't we? On Beer Skull. I'd never call it that because this isn't good enough to be called that. Right then, another nice little nugget of information that we're going. This is don't tune out. Don't, because I'm going on the BJCP website. But if you're going to be a beer reviewer, you need all this shit, don't you? Right, and we're going to go through this with a found tooth comb. No, we're not really. So, specialty IPA, red IPA, the BJCP, if people don't know that, this is in America, in Beer Festival Brewing, this is the kind of this is the governing body, this is the guidelines and how you judge beer. Overall impressions, hoppy, bitter, moderate, strong, like American IPA, but with some caramel, toffee, and a dark fruit character, retaining the driest finish, lean body that makes IPA so drinkable. The red IPA is a little more flavorful and maltier than the American IPA without being sweet, or heavy. There you go. Color ranges from light reddish. I'm not going to read everything. I kind of want to know now. But then they got quite big. No, I'm not. I can't go through it all. Kind of. I mean, go on here and read it. We're saying grassy, blah blah blah, flavors. No, you don't want to just hear me fucking reading all this. I know, but definitely check this out if you want some more details on this. History: modern American craft beer style based on the American IPA. What flavors of American amber ale? Yeah, there you go. Characteristic ingredients. But yeah, it's saying maybe sugary adjuncts, pine berry melon aspects. But yeah, so we've got all the BJCP. I mean, I love all this bullshit, but I'm not going to read it out to you. You don't deserve that. Right then, but the more fun bit of it is looking at what people like say on Untapped. Right then, Super Red, Elusive, and Brew. A ramped up version of Red Dance, and Andy did talk to me about this the other week, but I can't remember what he said. But I forgot to come back and have this. I think maybe I was a bit pissed by that point. It was the Deccan Power last night that did it. This Imperial Red IPA ramps up the original with more Citra, more Centennial, and more Simcoe. Yeah, cool. And what we got on this is a 388, so it's a very similar rating, very slightly less. Good carbonation. Oh, look here, we got here. Look at who we got here. The second one on the list is my old mate Seth. Oh, and he put a little rating on it. Seth Bradley is drinking Super Red by Elusive at Bradley's Beer Mansions. Hey, that's nice. Yeah, I've not seen Seth. Seth used to live around here for a while, but he's back down in that there London, so he's just gone for but pretty much bang on what the rating's coming up with. You see, he's like a 3.9 or something like that. Yeah, and there he is. Oh, let's have a look at Seth's picture. Yeah, he's a good dude, Seth. There's his table that is exactly the same as my mum and dad had when I was growing up. I'm sure it's really similar. Tile-topped coffee table. There you go. And what else we got here? Then we've got dark treacle, burnt toffee, granary bread married with pine seeped orange peel. That's nice. Mick Ayers. Everybody loves a comment about is it the kind of people who drink an Imperial Red IPA like to put a bit more thought into it? I'm all for that. That would make me, you and Adam, thoughtful beer drinkers. Chris T, very drinkable for the strength and definitely full citrus taste. Oh, bloody hell, it's all coming. Very Moorish and hint of orange, question mark. Well, you tell me, Davy J. Another one, Sam Cogden. Good name. Good British name. Style Sunday week. No, it's not really a comment, is it? It's just doing something. Yeah, so it's once again it's very similar, isn't it? Hovering on the floor, some go low, some go high. This story about an ordinary Ted, there you go. It's a reference to Super Ted from the 80s. Do you remember the 1980s? Guzzler says lovely toffee and caramel malts backed up with those lovely hops. Lovely. I was talking to my little boy earlier, and he says the little girl who now sits next to says okay, like loads, and I like you say words, so some words a lot, and he says actually a lot. Actually. Oh. I can't remember what other things he said, but I'd say mine is lovely. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Characteristically, as a person, lovely. Lovely. No. Calm down. I do say that, though. Lovely. Best red ale I've had in a while. Try the Reds. Try the Lakes one. Not keen, Jill McKenzie. Well, fair play. Also courses. But at least you didn't rate it. That I take my hat off to Jill McKenzie. If it's not for her, that's fine. And we've got Paul Webb, once again, he's got another lovely. Got two lovelies in this one. Lovely. Tasted red IPA, piney, fruity. I don't say it is piney at all. Fruity, strong, with a lovely, long, bitter finish. Come on, there we go. That was really good. I really liked the fact that there was so much good comments on that beer, and I think that's it. It's beer drinker's style, isn't it? Because it's not as easy as IPA, and so maybe it's the flavors that aren't as common these days. So I understand that it's not. You can't go through. I mean, I'm a red IPA kind of guy. I mean, I'm never going to be kind of like I'm not top 10. Hopefully, I've got a bit of it, certain level of interest. Not that interesting, slightly interesting, enough to keep you interested. Hopefully, in general, slightly quirky, slightly traditional, a little bit boring, a little bit earthy. I'm just waffling on now, but I'm just going to drop into the comments before I sign off on this. Everybody's tuned out as I'm waffling on. Right then. There you go. Have a good time. I am off to Kirkstall Brewery's exhibition of prize ales tomorrow. So there'll be lots of bitters and milds and historical porters and lovely stock ales and all those delicious barley wines. But yes. And then we've got I'm going to finish where I started with our mate Greg. Go and check him out on YouTube. Great beer review. I don't know if it's active as he once was, but he's got a massive back catalogue with some really good stuff. So please check out Greg. He's a lovely chap. I'm currently drinking a Vienna lager from Hand Brew. It's pretty bang on style for me. Well, there you go. Vienna lager. Some toasty malts. It's Friday night. Drink some toasty malts. That's clearly what we're up for tonight. As I said, both lovely beers. I'm just going to have a little slurp of this one before I sign off with my pick of the night, the one from Lakes. I love the freshness. I love the vibrancy of it. I love the big hot bite. It really takes me back to all those beers that I loved when I first started drinking American beers. This is a banger. I would happily drink this on a regular basis. So that it's just like brown ale, just like black IPA, just like red ale, maybe even wheat beer. If I can get an Allagash, that would be good, wouldn't it? I'm bigging up this fucking wheat beer. I'm gonna have to do it now. I've clearly set my stall out, aren't I? I'm gonna have to do some fucking wheat beer. Those slightly maligned styles, people aren't going to go nuts for and don't go nuts for. Scratch the surface. That's the entire point of this whole bullshit, of this beer review kind of like thing, is scratching the surface and finding something fun, something delicious that maybe isn't as obvious. And it is definitely worth a go. That's delicious. Both good, but next one for me. Check it out. I'm Rob from Hopzine. Thanks for joining me live, for the lovely people who did. Thanks for everybody who's watched this after the fact. I hope it takes you down a little fucking red IPA route for at least one evening. Give it a go. It's a style that you'll be interested in, and it's bloody tasty. I'm Rob from Hopzine. See you next time. Cheers.